Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moment of Clarity. I do these every single weekday at leecamp.com, except sometimes, which is clearly the most exciting part of that sentence. So here's what's pissing me off today. What happened to all the Russian interference? They told us there would be loads of Russian interference. They told us it would just be raining from the skies. They told us there would be Kremlin agents in each one of the voting booths, and you'd walk in and they'd slam the curtain shut and then just blow vodka burps in your face and go, vote Donald Trump. That's what we were all told would happen. So what the fuck? Where? I wanted Kremlin agents. Where the fuck are the Kremlin agents? This doesn't mean I wanted Trump to win, but I wanted to see all the Russian-created madness. And so far, all we've had is Donald Trump-created madness, and that's not nearly as fun. I love a good shit show. I was hoping we'd have Joe Biden piloting the hunt for Red October because he lost by one electoral vote, and he's just piloting it, searching for the Russian agents. And I mean, we could have had that. We could have had that. But no, nothing. I mean, Sean Connery played the Russian submarine captain turned traitor in Hunt for Red October, and you're telling me it's a coincidence? It's a coincidence that he died days before the election? I think not. The Kremlin took him out to get their revenge. After all, who just dies at a mere 90 years old? It's ridiculous. Especially not James Bond. I mean, James Bond would take out that incredible exploding pen of his. He'd take that out and he would just totally destroy prostate cancer or whatever killed Sean Connery. You know he would. So clearly it was a Russian plot, take out Sean Connery before the election so that Joe Biden wouldn't be able to, you know the rest. But no, the Russian threat, according to our mainstream media, it's over. It's gone. I haven't heard it. It's not on any of the mainstream media. It's getting less coverage than the proper technique to shave your ass while traveling on a motorbike in a storm. Have you noticed? They never cover that. They never cover it on MSNBC, Fox News. I mean, they have shows that evoke the same feeling as your ass bleeding on a bumpy motorbike, but they don't cover the techniques to shave it properly. The answer is diagonally. The reason the mainstream media is just finished, just zipped up about talking about the Russia's going to rig our elections, that they were mentioning in the lead up to this election. The reason they're just done is because Biden won. And this is when you realize it, right? This is when it all comes clear. The truth is the Russian threat was never real to begin with. Most of you now know it was horseshit from the beginning. Most of you, even if you're sitting there right now with your Biden t-shirt on and your Kamala Harris hat or whatever the fuck, even you knew that this world of liberal McCarthyism was always a joke. The Mueller report, despite doing their best to act like something went down, was unable to present any proof, really. All the indictments of Trump associates are for things other than working with Russia to rig the election. All their indictments are for being lying sacks of shit, which is different than being a Russian lying sack of shit. And then, on top of all that, on the Friday before the election, I don't know how many of you noticed this happen. On the Friday before the election, the government quietly responded to a FOIA request. The courts ruled they had to respond to that made them unredact more of the Mueller report, which showed that Julian Assange and WikiLeaks did not work with Russia to release the DNC emails. I wonder why that was redacted. That sounds kind of important. Since you're torturing Julian Assange and you have been for fucking years. Maybe this deserves some mainstream media coverage. No, Maybe Wolf Blitzer can pull up the big screen with the red and blue states that everyone loves so much. He can pull up that screen and he can write on it. Guess what? All the shit we've been saying about Julian Assange working with Russia has been utter dog diarrhea, and we've known it for years, and we are full of shit. Just write it on the board. Then people would care. Then they'd be rapt. They'd be, oh my God, it's on the board. It's on the big board. I'm sure if they wrote it on the big board and then maybe Steve Kornacki could come out with his sleeves rolled up and circle and break down the sentences of what had been written up there and show us how to correctly spell dog diarrhea. It's pretty sure it's got 2 or 3 R's in there. There's a plethora of R's. Don't ask me to spell plethora either. Point being, just because Biden and Harris win, why does that mean the so-called completely evidence-free Russian interference disappears completely? Shouldn't we still learn exactly how Russia was going to get into our election systems? Shouldn't we hear? Shouldn't we be told, oh yeah, we found a bunch of babushkas hiding in the counting machines in Pennsylvania? If it hadn't been for them, Joe Biden would have won by 80 billion votes. But those fucking Russian grandmas made it seem like a close race. Shouldn't we be told that? That seems pretty fucking important to know, so that we can fight against the babushkas next time around. You know, have your talking points ready. Get ready to argue with the babushkas. Find out what kind of tea or cookies they like, so that you can lull them into a false sense of security, and then that's when you pounce. Or by being completely silent on this, is the mainstream media basically admitting there never was any Russian threat. It was the idea of it only was in the case they needed it to give an excuse as to why a completely soulless, vapid, fucking septuagenarian, corporate septuagenarian lost to a corrupt billionaire lunatic. Basically, the Russian threat was a break glass in case of emergency kind of thing. But since Biden won, no need to open up the big can of McCarthyism. No need to hose down everybody who gets in the way with Russian agent. It's like Russian agent is really a cleaning agent. It's a cleaning agent, but instead of coming out of a spray bottle, it comes pouring forth out of the fucking face holes of every corporate hack media darling. Are we so now I want to know, are we done with the neo-McCarthyism? Can we move on? Can we start adulting? Can we quit this childish horseshit? Because I have important stuff to talk about that doesn't sound like the plot to a Jean-Claude Van Damme film. And I would like the chance to talk about it. But no, I don't think they're done. Do you think they're done? I don't think they're done. The big Russian menace is too useful, too convenient to malign anyone who isn't inside the corporate talking points as Russian or Russian sympathizing or a useful Russian idiot. If they dispatched with the big Russian menace, they'd have to simply allow those of us speaking the truth to be heard fairly. And we know the American empire can't have that. That might cause a pandemic of open-mindedness. It might start a rampant infection of unfiltered thought. People might start walking around going, oh my God, I get it now. Holy shit. This country's run by sociopaths, and it's actually us versus them. It's not red versus blue or black versus white or the coast versus the flyover states. It's us versus the fucking rich twats who run things. We can't have that, can we? We can't have that. So keep fearing Russia. They may have sat this election out, but don't worry. They're getting ready. They're getting ready to come back, and they're going to get you soon. All right? The babushkas will get you soon. That was your moment of clarity. If you think it's important, please share it. Also, I have a live stream coming up Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern where I'll be answering your questions, taking your topics. It'll be all about you. That's with Eleanor Goldfield, and it's only at youtube.com/Moment of Clarity. So put it on your calendar, 8 p.m. Sunday Eastern Time, youtube.com/Moment of Clarity. I guess that's 5 p.m. on the California coast. Also, please click subscribe. And if you want to see my comedy special, stand-up comedy special, if you haven't, taped live before the pandemic with a live audience in LA, it's free at LeeCampAmerican.com. You can watch it right now. All right, keep fighting.